Rick, you were telling me a story over breakfast about tips learning from 40,000 hours on the set.
Yeah, so I was telling Jen, I'm working with this client right now, and she sent me some footage to be edited together, and she had a friend of hers shoot the B-roll for it, and that's perfectly fine.
Okay, you might want to explain what B-roll is.
So when you shoot stuff, you shoot the main thing, and then B-roll is the stuff that's like the pickup shots. It gives you extra footage, it gives you cutaways, so if you want to cut during audio editing or something like that, it gives you a reason to do it. B-roll and cutaways are great ways to hide your mistakes in video or to enhance them.
Okay.
I'll do a different video about that more in depth, but that's a general overview of what B-roll is. So anyway, so she had this friend of hers shoot some B-roll, which is fine. You know, instead of hiring a professional photographer, I got a friend, they went out for the day and they shot some great stuff. But what I noticed in listening to this over and over is the things that he was asking her to do on camera are not the same things that I would have asked her to do on camera.
And why is that?
Good question. So, this particular client is very good on camera. She's a dancer, she's fun, she's vibrant, she's lively. And he was like, okay, do that again. And that is not the right answer for someone who knows how to play to the camera. So, one of the things, like on the set when you're working with trained actors, professionals, if you will, is you can give them, okay, take 4 steps, do a turn, take 3 more steps, turn around again, do some flair with your hands, walk back to camera, go back and do it again. So after they figured out the first time, oh, I really wanted to do this instead, then they do it a second time, and by the third time, now it's almost choreographed.
Right.
But it's still fresh enough the third time that it doesn't look stiff and choreographed. It looks like it's natural, but they have figured out what to say.
Right. That makes sense.
So a lot of times, like when we ask someone a question, we think, damn, I really want to ask this question instead. So you got to wait for the person to answer that question to ask the real question, because you thought of a better question in the process of asking them a question.
Right. Or you think about how you really wish you had said, I should have said it like this.
Right. So with video, what you get is a take 2, always, or take 3 or take 4. But the way to really up your video game is to have someone who has the experience to know, in her case, you could ask her to do this. There's another guy in town that if you ask him to do it, he would just be stiff as a board and he would just go hide behind a tree and not want to come out because he's not going to do a take 2. I did it once, damn it, I'm good enough. Which he's not. But he's very knowledgeable. So you have to, as the director, as the consultant, as the coach, as the whatever, however you want to phrase it,
right.
Being a videographer is someone who gets the exposure right, who has the gear, who does all that stuff. But when you hire a director or someone to really up your game, that person needs to understand all those other little nuances about you, about your business, about understanding how to get the best performance. Some people are already good, and some people are better than good. They just don't know how to be better because they don't know what they don't know.
Right, of course. But you don't know what you don't know. So therefore you need someone to give you those little nuggets.
Right. Like you're a copywriter. You write all the time. And you're always looking at other copywriters and getting little nuggets and writing little things down.
Absolutely.
And
always learning.
It's those little bits of information that really matter. So in this case, while her B-roll was great, her performance in the B-roll could have been better had someone else been there to actually direct her.
Because if you really know her and understand the whole overall concept and really get that those little, all that underlying wisdom that you have from all those years on the set.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, I did a thing with Kevin Costner one time, and it took him 50 takes to say 3 words for a particular brand of beer for the Japanese market. 50 takes.
50 takes.
And that was not just him getting it wrong, it was the background people getting it wrong. It was the car was too slow, then the car was too fast. And then he picked up a fish in the fish market and 2 fish fell. And it took 50 times. This is Kevin Costner, this is after he won an Academy Award.
Right.
50 times to get it right.
A whole professional crew took 50 times.
Right, we're on the back lot at Universal and there's 100 people and patience to get 50 takes to get it right.
Right.
Could they have used 3 or 4 of those takes in the 50? Probably. But that's, when you're working at the A level, that's the level you work at.
Right. So there you are. So a little nugget.
Little nugget from the set.
Nugget from the set. All right.
40,000 hours will get you a lot of knowledge.
Yes. Perfect.
So, if you like that, join my group. It's at bit.ly.com. No, I always forget that. It's bit.ly, bit.ly/SBV group. That stands for Shoot Better Video Group. I've got a group on Facebook that right now we're just getting started, but hopefully when you see this, there'll be thousands of people in there with lots of knowledge and sharing and helping everybody. But that's the plan. So, bit.ly/SBV group.
SBV. So S as in Sam, B as in boy, and V as in Victor.
Right, or Shoot Better
Better.
Video.
Perfect.
Thanks.